Chapter 7 A Day on the Arm by Johanna Sperry. The next morning, Peter came with the goats. His loud whistle woke Heidi up. For a moment, she could not remember where she was. Then Heidi heard her grandfather's deep voice and jumped out of bed. She wanted to see grandfather and little swan and little bear again. She dressed quickly and ran out of the cottage.
Would you like to go to the pasture with Peter and the goats?
Grandfather asked. Heidi was overjoyed. She nodded eagerly.
Wash yourself before you go,
Grandfather said,
or the sun will laugh when he sees how dirty you are.
He pointed to a big tub full of water. Heidi went off to wash immediately. Grandfather packed a large piece of bread, some cheese and a slice of cake in Peter's bag for Heidi's lunch. They were now ready to leave. The two children began to climb up the mountainside. Heidi looked happily at the beautiful slopes all around her, covered with little blue and yellow mountain flowers. She picked flowers all along the way until she had a big bunch. She wrapped them up in her apron to take home with her. At last, they reached a little hollow in the side of the mountain into which Peter carefully put his bag. Heidi too put her apron full of flowers in the hollow to keep it safe from the wind. The two children sat down on the slope and looked at the snowy peaks above them. After some time, Peter stood up and started to whistle and call out loudly. It was lunchtime. All the goats came leaping down the rocks and gathered around the children. Heidi skipped about with them as Peter laid out the food and milked little swan. "Here, come and eat," he called. Heidi drank 2 bowls of milk and had a little of the bread. She gave the rest to Peter. "I've had enough. You may eat the rest," she told him. The food that uncle had packed for Heidi was delicious. Peter thanked Heidi and gobbled up the bread, cheese and cake. The day passed quickly for both the children. When evening fell, they went down the mountainside to grandfather's house. At sunset, the mountains and the rocks and the snow seemed to catch fire. Heidi stopped and stared in wonder. "Oh, grandfather, it was wonderful!" Heidi cried out when she saw him. "The mountains were on fire, and look at all the lovely flowers that I brought for you." But when she unrolled her apron, all the flowers were drooping.
They would rather be in the sun, not tied up in an apron,
the old man explained gently. Heidi decided never to pluck flowers again. Adapted from Heidi. We should enjoy all the beautiful things that nature has surrounded us with.